Hello, how you doing today again? Welcome to another episode of Ubuntu and Open Source. Today I'm doing a Q4OS desktop introduction. This particular Q4OS has the XP Q4 theme with the XP Luna theme running. As you can see, it has this light blue for the notification area, the dark blue for the taskbar area, and some quick launchers, and then the start button. So in the notification area, we have the time. If you left click, you get the calendar. And if you to right click, you get some of the options for the time and calendar. And immediately to the left in the red dot, this here is my simple screen recorder running. And this is how I'm recording this video. And then immediately to the left of that is, as you can see, N is Keynotes, which is this right here as well. And so you see that's part of my Keynotes. All that was in the yellow. And then immediately to the left of that is Dropbox. So if I left click on it, Dropbox is a little different in Linux, but it gets the job done. You don't have all the recent changes in like a little window area or a preview or a pop-up view. It's more of a list. If you right click, you get the same thing. Whether you left click or right click, the same thing happens. You get the same menu. Immediately to the left of Dropbox is NumPy. If I left click, I get preferences. And if I right click, I get preferences as well. Or I can quit the application. And so this is NumPy. Its main feature, I double clicked on applications where it was the blue. If I have a hotkey set up for it, Control A. Now its main feature is launching applications. There's a calculator. Now if I do another hotkey, I get a menu list with main categories, system tools, sound, video, science, office, internet. Then I get a subcategory of that until I get an application that I want to launch. We'll talk more about that when we get to the start button. So that's one of the main features of NumPy, is that its applications of shortcut navigation through the system. And then to the left of that is an alarm clock. I right click, I get that, and I left click, I still get the same thing. Show alarms. And I can set alarms, edit alarms. And it's not just alarms. I can also do a timer, a countdown timer. So, timer. And so as you can see, to bottom left, it's counting down one. And it's just a timer. And alarm clock applet changed colors. Now that I stopped it, it's normal again. Then we have the volume control and devices, which in this case, this device is the Ethernet port. Then the clipboard, K-clip or clipboard. If I right click, I get the same thing as I would as left click. I get some 2 clipboard actions that I've done. And if I left click, I get the same menu. And you got a few options, so you can configure the clipboard, clear the clipboard, enable actions. And so now my clipboard, I just cleared it, so now it's empty. Then we have the taskbar in this dark blue area. I've shown you that. I'm going to go ahead and close that. And it shows the applications that you've launched, or that have been launched. And then there's a quick launcher here. I have Firefox, Google Chrome, Opera, Dolphin. I just left clicked on. Dolphin's the file browser for Q4OS Trinity desktop environment. It works just like any other file browser. It's just like in Windows, the Explorer. And then it's called, the launcher is called a pop-up, but as you can see, it's still, so now I got 2 notes here. It's still K-notes. And this one I'm going to left click and delete. So you see you can do different options in here with your K-notes. Insert a date, set an alarm, email it, send it to somebody, print it, save as is, set up some other preferences, rename it, etc., etc., etc. I'm just going to go ahead and delete that one. There we go. So now it's deleted. And this here icon show desktop just as if it was XP or 7. It just minimizes everything. If you click on it again, it puts it back into focus. And then we have the start button menu, or the menu launcher, as it would be more accurate in a Linux environment. So if I click on it, this menu launcher has been set up to mimic XP as much as possible, where you have your folders here, my documents to computer, network folder, and then some applications, whether it's run, some system configuration, Google Chrome, and install applications. Then you have a history here, which shows some of the applications that have been used and some other things here. And then back to favorites brings you back to when you initially pressed the start button. Then of course you have to turn off and lock. Search here. You can search documents and or applications. And so there, since I only put fire, there's firewall, Firefox. And these are, this is the favorites area. Now Linux, the menu system is a little different. This one's even a lot more different from what a Linux system would be like. This one's pretty much customized for the Trinity desktop environment. So you have documents, settings, find, help, and programs. Auto start, just like you would find in XP. Then you have some things here that you would sort of kind of think it would be like XP, but like this is the XP Q4 launch. And this is how I changed my themes. Thunderbird, Firefox, LibreOffice, but these are not all the applications. See, because in here in accessories, this is where this menu system comes in. The Chrome apps, education, science, math, and you have more sub. And you can see this click over here, it goes back. Games, graphics, and these are all applications right here. As you can see, there's only one sub menu. I could launch any of these from here. But as you can see, there's also LibreOffice inside of here. So at this level, for this particular operating system, you'll see when you get to see it in another Linux operating system, you'll see what I'm talking about. There's categories. There's always categories for Linux operating systems in their graphic user interface launchers of some type of level. But that's just a menu launcher. And as you can see, there's other ways to launch applications. And if you learn to set up a quick launcher like I have in here, it's all going to be relatively the same. So relatively the same, there's always a notification area, a taskbar, quick launcher, a menu launcher of some type to navigate. And then there's the windows, like this here file browser Dolphin, the window. And with the window, you're always going to have a close, a maximize, a minimize, maximize and restore. That's what its job. You maximize. And now you can see it says restore. Minimize. And then you click on it and it brings it back into focus again. Then you have the window title. And it shows the name for this application, Dolphin. It's showing the name of the user or where it's currently at. As you can see, the window title's changed. Now it's in media. System, admin Q-Dolphin, users, accessories ones -Dolphins, settings. These bookmarks here are sort of kind of custom set up. That's a whole other thing. What I want to get you to see is that the windows are always going to be the same. There's always going to be similar features for you to navigate your Windows operating system, your Linux operating system, or your Mac OS 10 operating system. And then there's the Windows button. I'll right click on it. It shows some advanced features. Now, in Windows, you're mostly going to see, in Microsoft Windows, you're mostly going to see move, resize, minimize, maximize. These and close. These other things of advanced and configure window behavior, well, that's particular to this desktop operating system. And some other Linux operating systems too, you'll find that particular. Like in a Shade, it just, in LXDE, it's not called Shade, it's called, well, it is called Shade, but it rolls it up. The menu list is going to show roll up and roll down. And so you're always going to have this here window bar with these features. You're going to have a menu bar. that has file, edit, some type of menu system to navigate your file browser. Then a toolbar, which some of my toolbar shortcuts I've customized. I like putting in the terminal here. It's called K-Console, but it's a terminal in Linux. Then you're going to have some, other features that's a little bit more custom to the application to navigate. So let's launch an application that you would mostly find that's cross-platform. LibreOffice. I'm going to minimize. And so you can see here in LibreOffice we got the same on the top for the window bar. For the window, you got this bar on top with the close, maximize, minimize, the title bar. I right click, I get all these things here still. The the menu bar, and then this here. So I'm going to launch Writer. And so you can see in LibreOffice Writer, it looks exactly the same as in LibreOffice in the Windows system. For the menu bar, all these for the toolbars. The status area down here at the bottom, and you can actually zoom in or zoom out. And things that you need to do for your document. So let's close this out. LibreOffice Writer. So, this is Q4OS Desktop Introduction. Thank you.